Hello everyone, I am Oracle Unicorn and welcome. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Put some things in your back pocket for later. You never know what it might help you when it comes to certain downloads, okay? And also please remember to check your Venus, Moon, and Rising signs, as those energies can also play a big part in things that are going on in your life, whether it be home, work, love, any scenario or situation that you may be going through. My videos do cross-connect with each other in some weird way. I see it all the time, since I am the reader that are doing all the readings all the time. They cross-connect with each other a lot. So definitely look up those signs, take certain messages from different videos when it comes to your chart, see what planet that rules when it comes to that specific zodiac video. It may rule with it when it comes to communication, or it may rule like Venus when it comes to love, or it may rule, and also keep in mind when it comes to Venus and love, that could be anyone in your life that you may have strong feelings for, whether that be friend, family, or a person you're dealing with, okay? Patience. Go with the flow. I saw that and I was like, I feel that was needed. Patience, go with the flow. Stay in the energy of being grateful. Something is being renewed. The bigger picture is coming out for you. Oh, and this is a weekly reading for Aquarius, by the way. Excuse me. The bigger picture is unfolding and coming out for you with new experiences and possibilities and renewal of peace. Keep your imagination. Okay. Let's sound like a kid here. Imagination open when it comes to these new experiences and possibilities of a direction that can really be taken, and asking you to be more vulnerable than you possibly have been going through, which I could not even imagine with me being an Aquarius sun, how I could even be any more vulnerable than I already am. I mean, which I find it very weird, because I'm in an Aries rising. The two most, I just don't even feel vulnerable signs at all. They're very dominant. They're very like, fuck emotions and let's fucking go for it. And I just like, but yet I have always been forced into situations that have left me to just flow with shit and to just allow myself to go ahead and be vulnerable. I sometimes literally feel like Sailor Moon. Yeah, Oracle Unicorn just went there because I fucking love Sailor Moon. I am a Sailor Moon nut. I feel like Sailor Moon all the time, because with this intellectual of air and this fire energy coming together, sometimes creating a volcano, I end up with some serious tears coming down as like an explosion of a magical freaking cleansing that I always have to freaking go through, which the cross connection with Sailor Moon always freaking falls and cries. So, but she always gets right back up and just follows wherever things are taking her. She's like, I don't fucking want to go, but this is what happens. And she's just like, oh, I totally feel you there. It's like, I don't want to go through this. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and cry for a little bit about it, and then I'm gonna go. It's just like, oh, that is totally me all over it. Like, yeah. And then this whole like, oh, tuxedo mask thing, I could not even, like, this is exactly what one of the things that's really bringing me to make another channel when it comes to understanding cross-star lovers. I'm actually going to call it cross-star love. And it's like, on the journey and everything that I've learned when it comes to the forever person of each person. So your forever person, my forever person, that one person I'm going to be with forever, you know? Like, there is no splitting up once we get together. So, and the walk about going there, I thought about starting it whenever I met up with them, but I'm really like starting to want to do some videos before I meet up with them with what I have been doing with my spare time and what I have been trying to get through when it comes to emotional factors of just wanting to be with that person, wanting to just go ahead and journey this life with that person. And kind of like my ideas and who my forever person is going to be like, which literally limits it down to like some of the most like, it makes me extremely picky. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you Aquariuses know exactly what I'm talking about. Because getting y'all to freaking from what everyone says, because I'm a fiery energy. I like to be in a freaking relationship, don't like to be alone. And so, I mean, like, they say we're so seriously non-committal, but at the same time, we just want to commit to the right freaking person. Like, that's going to be good for us. And us good for them. That vulnerability. I can be vulnerable. I can be me. I can be Sailor Moon and still be loved. Like, I could sit there and bawl and cry and then be nurtured and comforted and go, oh, you're so fucking sweet, you don't care. Just like that saying, those that mind won't mind. Those that matter won't mind. Those that mind don't matter. Yeah, that's it. That's the saying. And look at what we get at the bottom of the deck. Being true to your heart. Being true to who you are. Like, I used to think that, you know, like, I used to go and hide whenever I would come into feeling like Sailor Moon. That's what I called it all the time. Because I would just go into these crying spurts, sometimes for nothing. And sometimes it really caused really a wrench when it came to work, because sometimes I would just literally be working and my eyes just, and I'm just like, this can't be happening. This just can't be happening. And it did not work out very well. That's how I ended up losing my Waffle House job, because I am apparently so sensitive. If someone is going through some serious shit up in them, my shit inside of me just starts bawling. It's just like, can't do this. You need me to be put a happy fake face on, and I just can't put a happy fake face on. Like, I truly delight into laying in my bed and allowing me to go through my little spurts, just like Sailor Moon has a delight in going, sitting, pounding, and going, I just don't want to. And I'm just like, I totally feel you. And they look at us like we're such wimping inklings. And to be personally honest, I am actually extremely grateful for it and appreciate it, because I don't bottle my shit up so it doesn't, it's like I don't have hundreds of bottles I'm going to sit here when I finally decide to go through my healing, have to break and go, okay, well, what's in this bottle? What's in this bottle I'm gonna have to break? Oh, and then it's so much of an overwhelming like sense of having to break free from everything you've just suppressed. One of the things I think Sailor Moon's so freaking amazing is because, you know what, she goes through it right then and there, she gets back up, or her friends tell her to get her ass back up, and then she just says, fine, and then goes. And then becomes the fucking star. Oh wait, who else says that? Oh yeah, us Aquarians were the stars. Yes. And that is being delight. Being of delight with yourself. Counting your own freaking blessings. You know what? I am glad I do that. I may have a hard time when it comes to money. I may have a hard time when it comes to keeping a job. But I have a sense of polarity when it comes to my dark side of myself. Not dark-sided as in, oh, I'm evil, I'm going to get you. But dark side as in, like, things that I don't, like, feel that's really good for me, or that is looked at as horrible, or that is looked at as, like, you're a wimp, and I'm just like, you know what? It takes strength. It takes strength to be that vulnerable with yourself, to allow yourself to be in that state of vulnerability, just so you can rise back up outside of the pits of your freaking dark night of the souls we like to freaking go through all the fucking time, that everyone's starting to be forced through all the time, just so you can amplify your freaking positive energy. Yeah, that doesn't come without some kind of price here. I would much rather, to be personally honest, I would much rather go through these small, but many, vulnerability spurts of crying than to be able to come out of it in delight with myself and be true to my heart and see the bigger picture with all of this. But we are then reminded, then again, and again, to have patience, which is the most hardest thing I feel in the world to do. And within those patience, it tells you to have fun and laugh. What? I'm in a vulnerable state. How am I supposed to have fun and freaking laugh in this state of darkness? Well, I still figure it out. I mean, I'm locked in a freaking room. I don't have to be. I mean, but this is kind of like my situational standards, and being locked in this room is one of my own vulnerabilities of sense of healing and amplifying my emotions, and my only sense of socializing is through the internet. And, possibly going to bars or unhealthy environments with unhealthy freaking people with my dad and other people thinking they have to drag me out of my freaking room. And I'm like, I don't need to be dragged out of my room. I figured out how to laugh and be me and patient at the same time. Even though patient is not very easy. Especially for me being an Aries rising, and I am dying to go get things done. But then I remind myself, it's okay. It's going to work out. It's going to flow and fall in the placements that it's needed to happen, the way it needs to happen, how it needs to happen. And that, my friends, is the life of the wild Aquarians. Having these amplifications of imagination with new possibilities dreamt up in your mind, right? And then depending on your rising sign, I can only imagine how much energy is pressed in behind that, because if you have water behind that, I tell you what, yeah, this is your motherfucking best friend. And if you have fire behind that, damn is this hard to achieve, I tell you what. And if you have earth behind that, I can only imagine how hard it is to gain a sense of prosperity, simpleness, and grounding to appease your other element when it comes to prosperity within yourself. But somehow it's still grounded. And then it literally mind flips the Aquarian side of you. I totally get it, because my moon sign, come to find out, is Capricorn. And I was like, hold on now, I'm an Aquarius. Okay, I'm in the sky, right? Okay, I'm an Aries, and so I'm built up with a bunch of fiery, passionate, go energy, okay? And I'm always constantly having to just sit, wait, go with the flow. And it's just like, well, that's the fucking hardest thing I could ever fucking do. And then, come to find out my moon sign, Capricorn. And I'm sitting there asking myself, well, where the hell is this shit grounded? I'm just like, what? And then I started to realize and think, moon is your hidden aspect of yourself. Where is it hiddenly grounded? And I'm like, oh, that's why I like doing videos through the internet and kind of internetically connect. And I needed my Aquarius intellect to be able to do so and dream. I needed the fiery passion of the Aries to be able to be, as fun and amazing of a personality I am. Oh, yes, thank you. No, it's okay. I ain't got no high horse for real. I like to play it sometimes. And enjoy a little bit of my fiery passion of my Aries. And I was like, hitting through YouTube, and I was like, there's the hidden freaking grounding. Without me even knowing, because it's hidden. And I didn't even see it, literally, until I started studying my own freaking chart. And literally, it helped me be able to see myself in a newer light, in a bigger picture of a light. So that's exactly why, just to let you know, knowing your chart and all your other hidden aspects when it comes to your chart, especially when it comes to Venus, Moon, your rising sign, and also Mercury, because Mercury is your sign of communication. So I got a little more extra because I got Aquarius when it comes to intellect and communication. Yeah. So the fiery energy of that passion pulling through that communication with my sun, Aquarius, and it just bolt volts, I don't know what that means, but pole vaulted through to the freaking sky, and I understood that so much more, and then I worked with those elements of knowing that. And that's where your prosperity comes in. Yes. And working with the polars of the two aspects of your personality, the double switch when it comes to your horses. Using this aspect when it is needed, using this and pushing for this when this is needed. So it's understanding the balance within the two and when to switch into the two as well. Granting you your grounding, granting you your finances, granting you your emotional freaking fun. Your emotional abundance within this. Usually the emotional abundance kind of like sneaks itself in there first, and then the finances comes in. But as we see when it comes to this patience card, it takes a lot of patience because you're working on a bigger picture, okay? Holy cow, whole video on one deck. Well, technically it's two decks, but my one deck. Anyway, so, and that is what then comes in and forms this renewal of peace. Being able to play within your two aspects, and technically not really two aspects, but your polar sides of yourself, whether you're bipolar or not. To be honest, if you do have signs of being bipolar, it shows you easier more of your aspects of yourself so that you can really bring a middle to it. If you are not, it actually makes it a little bit harder. Because it's like you have a bunch of different like kind of variables within this, and you kind of have to like weave through and kind of figure out these variables when it comes to this side and this side. Okay, now those that are bipolar that flip like that, it's easier. You just know. Okay, take some of this, put it here. Take some of this, okay, put that there, and there's your middle. You figured it out. Which is why I feel like it's a gift. I have always felt like it's a gift, but yet it's like I could never see my grounding in it. It's like, where the hell is my finances in this? Where the heck is my grounding and stability Where's my stability? Because it's like this malfunction of myself seems to make me so vulnerable. It's like I just don't even, it's like it was hard to keep my emotions to its amplification that is apparently needed when it comes to these new experiences and possibilities, right? But that's when gratitude comes in. Because it's like, wow, actually, because I'm this way, it made this completely easier. And then that's when the gratitude sets in. That's when literally your renewal of peace sets in. So you see where I'm coming at with this? Alright. And by the way, I do feel like you are coming into an extreme shift into finances because of this renewal shift, okay? And an amplification of understanding with your emotions and vulnerability when it comes to seeing your new experiences with your possibilities, okay? And how you're really being able to shift into handling this with an amplification of your positive emotions, with working with your more of the aspects of your sides, and understanding yourself more. Know thyself, and you will understand and see more of the bigger picture for yourself. I mean, I feel there's a lot of beautiful lessons in Cancer's video. I would definitely look that up just for the learning aspect in it, but not as a kind of like tell your future type of video. But the learning aspect in it that I really pulled out of it was amazing, and it connects with this too. A lot of my learning kind of freaking connects all through in these. It's just all mixed up. And that's what kind of makes this learning, but it's hard because I can be so dreamy and scatterbrained all the time. It literally takes this kind of function to pull a lot of this out of me. So do keep in mind that these videos are cross-connected, and with what certain things resonate in one video. That's why I always say take what resonates, leave the rest. Put some things in your back pocket, because you never know what kind of like download or something that's going to come in that you can really gain out of it, you know, and really find delight within yourself and seeing the beauty within yourself. Because just like I said in the Cancer video, my goal into this is to show you the imaginative, amazing vulnerability of beauty, prosperity, and unlimited new experience and possibilities that everyone truly has within themselves, with honoring their heart and being true to what you love and having fun within the aspects of who you are, no matter if it's seen as a chemical imbalance or not. Some things did not work for you in your life. Okay, try something new. Or, you know, go into something that's different in nature, new experiences. You may get new possibilities out of it. So I love the Aries side of me because it makes me jump. If I didn't have that Aries side of me, I would have been an Aquarius, kind of held back, kept back. And I wouldn't have really gotten into these videos the way I have. So, with that said, I'm going to throw some Fays out there for y'all. Energies of the Fae. What kind of messages would you like to express with our dear Aquarians? Yes. What? Cutting through deception. Damn. See, I love how these cards just literally, oh yeah, see, spiritual home. Definitely go check out that Cancer video, because there's a lot of things when it comes to spiritual unity and home that could cross-connect with this and help you when it comes to your downloads that are going through as you're really watching this video, okay? And then also keep in mind of the other videos when it comes to your chart, and delighting and being grounded with yourself and centering within yourself with clear sight, coming out of the depths of of darkness, because it's like, this is how I'm seeing it. This is really crazy how this is laid out. Like this. You have clear sight and balancing the two light aspects of yourself. And this is like a person that, you see that? Someone that's kind of depressed, has their head down, but their spirit guides are right there helping them to kind of show them how to come into that. And then you have like clear sight beyond the illusions, kind of taking off, I feel kind of taking off the mask, because cutting through deception, this card, he's taking off the mask and coming into completion with their vulnerability and understanding within themselves, and really grounding it, unsticking themselves, and really grounding this energy and being delighted in this energy. And then the next row, we have this, and then being happy. Oh man, it just green. So y'all are just your heart chakra. You're really starting to play and understand more of the depths of yourself, of these hidden aspects of yourself that you may have seen as like taboo with yourself, and honoring like the play between the two. That's what I feel like you're doing. It's like you're bringing all of them together and really like shifting this into a spiritual home with yourself. Like you're weaving all three of these aspects together to accomplish this unity within yourself. And for some of you, it's this unity with your soul tribe. It's this unity with everything of completion and loss and releasing and cutting through all the deception. It's like morphing into this transcendence of yourself, and then really being able to have a sense of loyalty, and becoming also being the impossible. Feeling as if you were not going to come out of this energy, and then all of a sudden everything literally shifts into peace for you. The bigger picture comes in. You're allowing yourself to be able, I see Four of Swords, you're allowing yourself to be able to relax, and literally the impossible flips a switch for you. And you nurture yourself way more than you used to. You love yourself way more than you used to. You literally see yourself at a huge amplification of positive emotions with yourself, and being true to your heart and how vulnerable you are. You become more in a sense of a leadership position with your own light, because I see the leadership card poking out, and I know that card. So it's I feel it's a coming together of leadership within yourself, and being able to release the ties that have held you back, being able to complete the sense of loss, the sense of like avoiding things, the sense of not feeling like you can be true to your heart. It's breaking away. And the light aspects of all of this, kind of like how I said the whole like chemical imbalance and da. Well, those that don't have that kind of like chemical imbalance, that pick some here, then pick some here, you're going in a different way because of your ability to be able to hold more intelligence in, so that it doesn't make. Because those that do flip like that, it could shift you into too much of an overwhelming thing. So those that don't have that issue, you're able to weave through everything, and in the sense to where you're like a snake weaving through. That needs to be taken out, and then everything that is of preciousness and loyalty with yourself gets sucked into this light warp of twist, and like a DNA structure. Like you're restructuring your DNA with this. Now, those of you that have that shift happening, it's only because they made it easier for you because of different aspects of your other signs, that you needed to be able to do this easier without really having to put too much thought into it for something different. But you're doing the same thing. It's just not in a snake shifting way. It's in a balancing way. It's like you're picking that out, and then you're like, this is a little picking that out and picking that out, and you're just like, you know, yours is a little bit different and easier. They made it easier on you, okay? But you do have other elements when it comes to structural leveling in your life that needs your attention more and your intelligence more in that kind of shift. Now, those of you that are able to do the whole snake thing, this is where your intelligence is needed so that you'll have different positions in this shift. Okay, different levels of a way of showing and teaching within this shift. Okay, so it's not that one is more intelligent than the other, or that one's more smarter than the other, or this, that, and another, or you're more powerful than this one because this was harder for me and that was more simple. No. Both of y'all are just as freaking equal. Because they have more of a harder time when it comes to other things that you have an easier time because you needed to learn this. And that's the spiritual home of unity within everyone. And that's why I feel Cancer is very uplifting when it comes to this kind of reading into a shift, because Cancer's video does hone in more on a cosmic wow, deja vu. Okay, on a cosmic level of unity with people in general, okay, and leveling up the vibrational shift of coming together, okay, and y'all's are different because y'all's are sectioned out into each and every one specific person with their cosmic shift, okay, so this is how this is very different, and all the videos really cross-connect with each other, okay? But, all of that said, creating the ultimate freaking shift and coming together with everything, polishing your skills and all of this, just to be able to show and create support when it comes to pulling these people out of this energy. Not taking care of themselves, not wanting to be a part of anything, kind of feeling down about everything. Y'all are really like pulling down and reaching these people up because you're understanding their personal uniqueness is just as important as everyone else's. It's like, that energy just fucking ran away. Like, they're just as important as everyone else is. And even if they kind of go run and hide, because it's underneath my bed, go run and hide underneath the bed because they're so afraid. It's like y'all are understanding how to positively nurturing coax them out. Coax them out and literally shift this into a non-existent sense of suppression. Literally this whole glorified unification of everything is going to flip this energy of suppression. Not just suppression of just the government, but suppression of everyone's lack of compassion for everyone as well. And lack of compassion for them because it reflects out to everyone as for themselves as well. Understanding healthy boundaries to be able to help and lead by example for or understanding how these people can amplify their own emotions and their own energy and level of uniqueness for themselves and what they are also here for as well. Because I just truly feel and believe we all have a purpose and something for this extreme unification within everything, and creating this to be a place where we would literally, with us being Aquarians as humanitarians, where we would really love to reincarnate and come back here, where this will be an ultimate experience of just enjoying life instead of feeling as if we have to work just to enjoy life, or just go through. So it's like this kind of healing will be a natural way of how we raise our kids, so that we're not feeling as if we have to grow up and understand how to be able to eliminate all this grief and feelings of having to complete some kind of like trauma, and like having to have strength just to be happy and live a happy life. I mean, it's just I like where this like renewal of peace is always here, that we are going to be raising our kids into shifting into this sense of spiritual home and unity with ourselves naturally, and treating ourselves with this kind of energy, but also treating other people with the same kind of energy, instead of like feeling as if we have to learn some kind of lesson because we have to go through some kind of negative experience just to learn this lesson, when in reality all we really have to understand is how to incorporate this into a function of raising our kids in this way. Then we won't have to go through all that, and we will literally be reincarnated to just be raised into a sense of harmony and unition, and being able to live life as if it was nirvana. Live life in a nirvana state. Because our parents knew how to help shift us into that way as we grow older, and we learn how to be shifted into that, instead of being freaking 20 to 30 years old trying to figure it out ourselves and heal everything of what we needed to when it came to, I guess, passed down traumas and this, that, and another from generation to generation, just that kind of stuff. And I feel like it's like that's what we're being pushed into, especially when it comes to the earth, because it's just getting worse when it comes to our earth. I mean, so much fighting, so much killing of this planet. We won't have a planet to be able to come back to just be able to experience life, to be able to love life, to be able to love being alive. The fact that we can freaking feel, grow our soul more and more and more into a sense of functional shifting, like the universe itself does, with everything has its role, and it all like naturally functions within everything, Y'all are Aquarians, of course you know. And it's like I feel that's why a lot of us Aquarians are such a humanitarian, but also with this humanitarian shift, we really do need to help and save the planet. So both of those together, somehow we've got to, with this uniting shift, with all of us coming into a completion and understanding of grief and loss, and how to really come out of this energy of like self-sabotage within ourselves and everyone around us and our earth. We're self-sabotaging ourselves when it comes to killing earth and our animals. Extinction means it's forever. So not saying that, we made a mistake, or the consciousness made a mistake, but at the same, or that we are making, in a sense, mistakes. But I feel everything truly is happening and does happen for a very valuable reason, so that we can, so that we know what not to do. We know what is needed so that we don't self-sabotage. I feel like we are literally in the age of making sure this energy is not controlling us. And we're not sitting here constantly self-sabotaging our own life, our own love in life, our own way of being able to come out of bondages, coming out of addictions, and killing of ourselves, including the earth, because it's not like we're going to be able to come back here if we kill earth. And I mean, it makes so much sense, like, why they are releasing things about aliens trying to stop freaking bombs from being tested, or stopping bombs from even being used. And some of these things that I've seen when it comes to like alien shows and stuff like that, and them actually coming and contacting these nuclear plants and literally warning them to stop. And we're still sitting here using this crap. We're still sitting here freaking fighting the government with everyone else, and everyone trying to steal everyone's freaking crap. I mean, that's this energy all the way around, and that's what's actually even freaking governing over all of us. How is that good? How is that healthy for us? I mean, for some awful reason, I can't keep a regular job just to freaking help myself, to keep myself grounded. It takes me to come to this state to figure out some kind of financial stability for myself. That's going the fucking distance. In my opinion, that's going the extra freaking mile just to even try to be stabilizing. I shouldn't have to be going through issues like that. I shouldn't be having to figure out how am I going to be able to survive, because for one, minimum wage doesn't even support a home. Minimum wage, much less, will even help you. You'd have to get 2 jobs, maybe sometimes 3, and there's people out there that do it. How is that a happy life? No. And then you wonder why our suicide rate goes up? Like, come on. Are you kidding me? Like, how does that even freaking make any sense? I know there's Aquarians out there that are like, no kidding. I'm just like, seriously. Like, how does that even just make you want to go, yeah, let's work 3 freaking jobs and not live a life and actually hate everything we freaking do, but hey, I got a roof over my head. What? Well, there's something wrong here. I mean, from my perspective, from the way I've seen it. Yeah, well, as much as people are so much into the government, I really don't see how they don't see that this stuff is an issue, other than the fact that they are so freaking greedy, and we let these people rule us? They're literally keeping you from having happiness. That don't make any sense to me at all, and it literally took me to not even be able to freaking stabilize myself financially, and my kids taken away from me at that. Me having a hell of a hard time just to see my own kids. That's what, I'm a mom. I should have every right to be able to see my kids anytime I want. Much less even someone trying to take my rights away because I'm not money stabilized to have a loving relationship with my kid? Wow, okay. And the justice system, do they do anything about that? But I thought Florida cared about mother and child bonding and relationships. If that was so, I I don't think I would be in the position I am in right now, especially since how I don't freaking sit here and shoot up. I can understand if I didn't give a fucking crap about myself. They help mothers like that just to keep freaking their kids in their life, hoping that what? They'll want to have a relationship with their kid. I want to have a relationship, but yet no one's helping me to freaking connect with a kid, my son, that, by the way, I stopped an abortion with and still haven't been able to see him for 7 years. But what does the justice system do about it? I quite possibly might end up being forced to sign over my rights because I don't make money, because I don't have a minimum wage job, that in the ending result, just to let you know, I'll still be here living at my dad's. And if my dad died, do you really think I'll have the money to be able to keep this home? No. But that's my fault. Well, that's what the government teaches us, right? That's our fault. Or it's my fault because I'm not on some kind of medicine to level out my brain and emotions for me to make me a freaking dumb zombie just so I can keep a freaking roof over my head because you don't want me sitting here making videos talking about these issues? Okay, honey. I think I'm just going to love myself in the way I am and have patience with the universe to make this shit rise. And then let's see who that child will truly want to be around. So that's all I have for you. Because I could keep going, Aquariuses. Thank you so much, so gratefully, with all my soul and heart, for listening to me. And if you wouldn't mind, please just sharing my videos out there, really getting the message out there, helping people to really rise into their own freaking awakening and coming together in unity to really rise everything to so that we really truly can create nirvana. I mean, it's not just, we've tried certain organizations here and there to make it happen. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take we the people of united. We the people united. All of us, with our own unique talents, with our own unique way of being, and community, helping, bringing everyone together. Alright, so, I feel like I'm just preaching now, I'm sorry, but if you wouldn't mind liking, definitely sharing all over social media, and please subscribe. It greatly helps to really expand this channel so that I can really get this message out there, with me being Aquarian as well and a humanitarian. This is why I am the way I am, and you know what? I love it. And this is how I'm grounding it. So, love all of you, and I will see y'all next week. Goodbye, Aquariuses and everyone.